After driving a jeep and galloping on the highway for several hours, Lin Yu and others finally arrived at the outer city of Nanxi City. After confirming his identity, the city gate opened, and Lin Yu drove into the city. Zhang Xin and Zhang Ru are okay. They have spent a lot of time in Nanxi City, but Yining Shuang is here for the first time, and the war in the outer city is a little bit of a surprise. The Qinghai base city where she is located does not have this phenomenon. Terrified, the jeep drove into the inner city, and after a few laps, the group stopped outside the Dekang gate where Qin Linger and Ling Shuya were. As soon as she got out of the car, Xiao Chen ran over and greeted Lin Yu and the others warmly. After all, Lin Yu now has gratitude to the defense team. If he hadn't made the move at the beginning, I am afraid that the entire Nanxi city-based city is now the territory of the Wang family. The movement outside the door attracted Ling Shui's attention in Okura. She put down her work and ran out. After seeing Lin Yu, he gave him a hug, and saw Yining Shuang standing aside. This is. Zhang Ru took Yining Shuang's arm. This is our new member Yining Shuang, she is a priest. Hearing Zhang Ru's introduction, Ling Shuya was a little surprised. This time I went out for a trip, and even brought someone back, really. Hello. My name is Ling Shuya. Ling Shuya took the initiative to stretch out her right hand. Yining Shuang smiled and shook hands with Ling Shuya, and the few of them had greeted each other. How is Linger's research going? Lin Yu asked, walking towards Dekang. Ling Shuya hurriedly followed from behind. It's progressing smoothly. According to Linger, it will probably be finished tomorrow night. So fast. Lin Yu clicked his tongue a little. He remembered that before he left Nanxi City, Qin Linger said that it would take 5 days to complete the renovation, but now it was a day earlier. Ling Shuya nodded. Her eyes flashed with admiration. These 2 days when you go out, Linger works overtime to catch up, and only rests for a few hours at night. Soon, Lin Yu and the others saw Qin Linger's petite figure, and the Doomsday chariot that had been mostly remodeled in front of her. Qin Linger was still busy and didn't notice Lin Yu and the others coming back. Linger. Look who's here. Ling Xiaoya called out to Qin Linger. Qin Linger, who was welding the shell of the Doomsday chariot with his back to Lin Yu and others, paused, looked back, and his face was overjoyed. He ran to Lin Yu as if asking for credit. Brother Yu, look, I'm amazing. It was rare for the little girl to be so happy. Lin Yu looked forward intently. Not to mention, the Viper Doomsday chariot has been remodeled to look good. It is the size of a jeep, but now it is the size of a bucket truck. Its body is made of strong and crashworthy steel plates. It is heavy, but it is also very powerful. Even if it encounters a second-order monster, it will have to kill the monster if it passes by a car. The kind that crashes. Very good, Linger is really good. Lin Yu patted Qin Linger's little head. The little girl narrowed her eyes slightly, with a look of enjoyment. As the time spent with Lin Yu and others got longer, Qin Linger's sense of belonging to Lin Yu and others became stronger and stronger. The most obvious one is Qin Linger's change of Lin Yu's senses. Yining Shuang stood at the back, looking at the Doomsday chariot that was nearly completed, with a hint of surprise flashing in her beautiful eyes. Now, she feels more and more that Lin Yu's team is not easy. Although they are all female members, each has unique skills. After everyone greeted for a while, they began to cook. While the rice was being cooked, there was the sound of a car outside the big warehouse door. Soon, Xiao Chen came in from the door with 2 people. One was Duan Yi, and the other was actually Zhang Zhenhai. This guy recovered after taking a great repayment pill. Brother Lin, you're back. Duan Yi took the initiative to say hello. And Zhang Zhenhai was even more excited. He ran to Lin Yu in a few steps and was about to kneel to Lin Yu. Brother Lin. Thank you this time, you are my reborn parents. From now on, I only need a word from Brother Lin. I am Zhang Zhenhai. Knife Mountain, put oil pan, do not hesitate. Lin Yu. Fortunately, Duan Yi was at the side and grabbed Zhang Zhenhai's collar, which stopped the guy from kneeling. Looking at the women behind Lin Yu, Duan Yi quickly saw the existence of Yining Shuang, but he didn't ask, but secretly admired Lin Yu's ability in his heart. I haven't been out for 2 days, but I brought back a beautiful woman who is full of water and beauty. Brother Lin is really capable. Then the few people chatted about other things. When Duan Yi heard that Lin Yu had gone to Nanxi Jungle Zoo, his face changed drastically. Nanshi Jungle Zoo. It's a place where a large number of mutant beasts gather. Brother Lin Yu. Before Duan Yi finished speaking, he was interrupted by Zhang Ru. Don't worry, half of the mutant beasts there have been cleaned up by us. The leader's transformation beast has also been eliminated by us. Duan Yi's forehead is a little sweaty. The second-order mutant beast, half of the mutant beast population. My god, what have you guys been doing these 2 days? After they chatted about other things, Duan Yi took Zhang Zhenhai and left. They had just left, and the food here was ready, and several people sat around together, eating deliciously. After eating and drinking, Zhang Xin took the initiative to clean up the tableware, while Lin Yu took out the harvest of this trip. Put the obtained crystals together, and then called the girls over. This is the harvest of our trip. I will not distribute it, come one by one, and raise your level to the second level, Lin Yu said. He learned through the system before that after all the attributes of a first-level evolutionary reach 300, they can advance to the second level, and when they reach the second level, they can comprehend new skills. The base city of Qinghai is about to go. Lin Yu's idea is to raise the strength of the little girls to the second level before departure. Hearing this, Zhang Ru volunteered to step forward and began to absorb the crystals in front of her. Her attribute is not low. After absorbing nearly 200 white crystals, a system prompt sounded in Lin Yu's mind. Slavery Zhangru's 4-dimensional attributes have broken through 300, advanced to the second level, and comprehended the new skill, armor-piercing arrow. Now, Zhangru's attributes are as follows. Servant, Zhangru, second evolutionary. Physique. 310 strength, 301 agility, 335. Spirit. 308 skills. Eagle eye, 10,000 arrows, armor-piercing arrow. Armor-piercing arrow. Use enough power to shoot an arrow at a designated single target, which can break the target's defense, cause a lot of damage to the target, and reduce the target's defense by 50%, lasting for 30 seconds. The attributes have already exceeded 300, and the new skill piercing arrow is also very practical. Ordinary monsters are fine, but if you encounter monsters with strong defenses and heavy carapaces, they can play a very important role. Aware of the change in her physical attributes, the little girl Zhangru jumped up happily. I've reached the second level. Lin Yu didn't have time to pay attention to the little girl, and looked at Ling Shuiya. Come on. Ling Shuiya nodded, took the crystals piled up on the tea table and began to absorb them. Her attributes are weaker than Zhangru's, so she absorbed 200 white crystals and several green first-order crystals to complete the advancement. Slave Ling Shuiya's 4-dimensional attributes all exceed 300, advanced to a second-level evolutionary, and comprehended new skills, photo exhibition. Servant. Ling Shuiya, second evolutionary, physique, 312. Stret. 318 agility, 325 spirit, 308. Skills. Fighting proficiency, hot weapon proficiency, sneak strike. Shadow attack. Summon a shadow, get close to the target, sneak attack the target's vitals, and complete the instant kill. The newly learned skill called Shadow Strike is very strong. Summoning shadows to fight is suitable for Ling Shuiya's identity as an assassin, appearing behind the target with a swoosh, and killing the target instantly with one blow. It can be described as quite wretched. The next one is Zhang Xin. It is said that she is the closest person to Tier 2, even her physique attribute and strength attribute have exceeded 300. After absorbing all the remaining white crystals, Zhang Xin completed the advanced stage. Servant Zhang Xin's 4-dimensional attributes are more than 300, advanced to the second level, comprehending the new skill, Battle Servant Space. Servant. Zhang Xin, Rage Swordsman, physique, 323. Stret. 328 agility, 305 spirit, 311. Skills. King's Might, Battlefield Inspiration, Whirlwind, War Servant Space. Servant Space. You can store some controlled zombies and mutant beasts in a magical space, and release them when you need to fight. You can take them with you. The first level servant space can store 5 servants. Lin Yu's eyes widened when he saw Zhang Xin's newly realized skill. Zhang Xin is a swordsman, but at the beginning, he learned the skills of a summoner. Later, he changed his job to be a violent swordsman and learned Whirlwind. With Whirlwind, Zhang Xin's original summoner skills became useless. Controlling zombies and monsters requires mental energy, so it's better to directly slash through them in a whirlwind, slashing all the monsters directly. The most important point is that in battle, it is impossible to control monsters anytime and anywhere. Now, with the War Servant space, this problem is perfectly solved. When encountering some powerful zombies and mutant beasts, you can directly control them and store them in the servant space. When it's time to fight, release these zombies. Sometimes, people are fighting, but 6 people are fighting, so it can't be said that they are not powerful. Zhang Xin also noticed her new skills at this moment. Her eyes were full of light. Very good. I have time to take you to capture some powerful war servants, Lin Yu said. Zhang Xin nodded with joy on his face. Then came Qin Linger. Her attributes were the weakest, and the growth rate of crystals was not as good as that of Lin Yu and others, so she was destined to spend the most crystals. After the fusion of dozens of first-order crystals, Qin Linger also ushered in her advanced stage. Name: Qin Linger, second-order special evolutionist. Physique: 302 Stret, 308 Agility, 315. Spirit: 348 Skills, Mechanical Proficiency, Magic Manufacturing. Mana Manufacturing. Passive skills, strengthening, deepening the scientific and technological knowledge in the mind, after use, can greatly speed up the speed of manufacturing and modification. This skill is not bad either, it was completely developed according to Qin Linger's specialty. Now, Zhang Xin, Zhang Ru, Ling Shuiya, and Qin Linger have all advanced to the second level. Lin Yu looked at the remaining crystals on the coffee table, and looked at Yining Shuang. New member, it's your turn. Yining Shuang's face froze, she pointed at herself and said, Do I want it too? Of course. Lin Yu nodded. Yining Shuang was moved for a while, she thought she was a new member before, and she couldn't enjoy the treatment of this advanced second level at all. Now it seems that I was thinking too much. Lin Yu and the Rain are all covered, and I will never ignore myself just because I am a new member. Seeing Yining Shuang still hesitated, Lin Yu waved his hand, took out the cloth bag that Tai Tu had given him, and put it in front of Yining Shuang. This is your original trophy, Lin Yu said. Seeing this, Yining Shuang was even more moved. She thought that Lin Yu would take these crystals as her own, but she never thought that she would give them back to her now. No, this is your reward for saving me. It should belong to the organization. Yining Shuang declined. Lin Yu shook his head. I didn't save you because I took a fancy to these crystals. Going to the base city of Qinghai, there must be many dangers along the way. Your strength should reach the second level, otherwise. Lin Yu didn't say the latter words, but Yining Shuang understood. He didn't hesitate anymore, grabbed the crystals in the cloth bag, and quickly absorbed them. Crystals turned into slags and fell from Yining Shuang's hands. Her attributes were also growing rapidly. But the growth of attributes did not bring joy to Yining Shuang, on the contrary, she absorbed these crystals, which made her very sad. These crystals were bought by my former companions with their lives. A few minutes later, Yining Shuang completed the advanced stage. The attributes are as follows. Name: Yining Shuang, second evolutionary, physique, 315. Strength: 301 agility, 305 spirit, 332. Abilities: Heal, Shield Spirit Shield. Consume part of the mental power to add a shield that can resist damage to the designated target. The stronger the releaser, the more damage the shield can resist. At the current level, you can add a shield to up to 3 people. Yining Shuang's newly awakened skill is called Spirit Shield, and this skill is not weak. It is equivalent to a defensive buff, which can resist damage, and invisibly brings an extra life rhythm. I believe that in the battle, there will be a good performance. Everyone has completed the advanced stage. Lin Yu put away the remaining crystals. There are a total of 8 first-order crystals and 3 second-order crystals. Lin Yu is going to keep it for himself. In addition, completing the rescue mission of Yining Shuang this time rewarded a Beijing treasure chest. Not much to say, just choose to open. Asterisk. Open the Beijing treasure chest, and get the second-order Spirit Seed 3, the A-level Weapon Heart 2, the Power Crystal 10, and the second-order Strengthening Stone 5. Although no advanced props were released, it was considered a big hit. There are 2 A-level Weapon Hearts alone, which is a good thing. Wen Zhongru took the Frost Crossbow and fused it with the A-level Weapon Heart. The Frost Crossbow is advanced to Frost Fury. Take out the advanced Frost Wrath, It has completely changed its appearance, its body size is much bigger than before, and its power has increased at the same time. With one arrow going down, it is afraid that even the iron plate will be pierced. Returning Frost's wrath to Zhang-Ru immediately made the girl jump up, clamoring to kill monsters to try her power. As a result, Zhang Xin walked over a few steps, and gave the little girl a brain break. Test your power. You must have forgotten the thing that you were almost harassed last time. Hearing this, Zhang-Ru stuck out her tongue. A trace of fear flashed across her pretty face, and she dared not speak. And Yining Shuang was a little confused, almost being eaten. What the hell? There is a story in it, gone. There was only one A-level weapon heart left, and Lin Yu didn't plan to keep it, so he looked at Yining Shuang. Show me your staff. Yining Shuang's face froze. Although she didn't understand what Lin Yu was going to do, she obediently took out her staff and handed it to Lin Yu. This staff was given to her by Yining Shuang's father, but Yining Shuang didn't know where it came from. The staff has an irregular shape, and it looks more like a dead tree branch from a distance. Lin Yu glanced at it, a little surprised. This staff is actually a sea-level weapon, you know. It is Duan Yi, the boss of the Nanxi City-based city defense team. The weapons in his hands are only sea-level weapons. It seems that Yining Shuang does have some origins. Throw it into the portable space, and then choose to fuse with the A-level weapon heart. A burst of light flashed, and the system's notification sounded. The magic staff and the A-level weapon heart have been fused successfully, and the A-level staff, Starburst, has been obtained. Astral. A-level staff with powerful magical effect, which can increase the magic power of the user by 30%. Yining Shuang was stunned when she saw the staff Starburst reappearing in her hand. The whole body is silvery white, with a fist-sized, irregular crystal stone inlaid on it. This is Starburst. Take it. Lin Yu said. Yining Shuang blushed slightly. Is this for me? Lin Yu nodded. Now, it's called Starlight, and it's an enhanced version of your previous staff. Yining Shuang took it with a half-understanding, waved it casually a few times, and instantly noticed the difference in the staff, and felt even more grateful to Lin Yu in her heart. After strengthening several team members, Lin Yu walked away. Next, it was his turn. There are still some crystals, and there are 3 spiritual seeds. Do it directly. Integrate first-order crystals, physical attributes +5, strength attributes +6, agility attributes +4, mental attributes +8. Integrate the second-order crystal, physical attribute +12, strength attribute +15, agility attribute +11, mental attribute +12. Fusion of second-order crystals. After a while of integration, Lin Yu's attributes increased a lot. The second-order crystal is worthy of being a second-order crystal, and there are so many attributes that can be increased. 3 crystals have brought more than 100 attributes to Lin Yu in total. Then came the second-order spirit fruit. Eat the second-order spiritual fruit, the agility attribute +20. Eat second-order spirit fruit, strength attribute +15. Eat tier 2 spirit fruit. After merging all the things that can increase attributes, Lin Yu's attributes became like this. Host. Lin Yu, virus immune body, tier 2 extraordinary. Physique. 638 strength, 828, strength arm guard +30%. The real strength is 637. Agility. 598 spirit, 618 abilities. Element control, LV7, sprinting, LV5, edge power, LV7, sunset Chenghong, LV6, wing slash, LV5, golden eye of Medusa, LV1. Except for the agility attribute, the other 3 attributes have exceeded 600, which is a good progress. Then Lin Yu took out the power crystal and strengthened the golden eye of Medusa. He spent 10 to strengthen it to level 5, which greatly increased the success rate of petrification. Strengthening stones are used to strengthen Frost Fury and Starburst. These 2 brand new A-level equipment have never been strengthened. Reinforced to A+3 level respectively, Lin Yu's enhancement stones are exhausted. It was late at night. Lin Yu and others returned to their residence. Taking advantage of Qin Linger's free time, Lin Yu called her to his side. Lin Yu took out the blacksmith's job transfer certificate from the portable space, and Lin Yu thought about it in the afternoon. Among my partners, only Qin Linger is not a combat unit, and now she is already a second-order evolutionary. Then, the most suitable candidate for a job change to a blacksmith is precisely her. This is a blacksmith certificate. As long as it fuses with you, you will have. After speaking, Lin Yu explained the general things to the little girl, and finally said, I think you are the best candidate in our team. Are you willing to change your job to become a blacksmith? Qin Linger tilted her head. She understood most of Lin Yu's words. Without hesitation, he nodded. Lin Yu snapped his fingers. Okay, then merge now. As he said that, he slapped Qin Linger's job transfer certificate, and in the next second, Qin Linger already had a lot of knowledge about forging and strengthening in his mind. After browsing around with her eyes closed, Qin Linger said, it's a very miraculous craft, but it goes against normal scientific knowledge. Lin Yu hesitated, but then understood. In the last days, many things cannot be explained by science. For example, the scroll of forbidden curse. Can you imagine a small scroll causing a destructive calendar area within hundreds of meters in diameter? This can no longer be described by science. Pat Qin Linger's little head. This world is undergoing mysterious changes. You just need to master those knowledge, and don't worry too much about the rest. Qin Linger nodded. I know, when I have the ability, I will definitely create super powerful equipment for Brother Yu. Lin Yu was a little moved after hearing this. You are so good. Qin Linger giggled and ran away. Next day, everyone repeated yesterday's work. According to Qin Linger's little girl, today, the Doomsday Chariot Viper will be completed. In the morning, Qin Linger completed the final welding work. In the afternoon, the debugging of the system has also been done. At night, Qin Linger took black spray paint and created an exaggerated and cool sticker for the poisonous snake, which made people's blood boil. Done. With Qin Linger's loud shout, everyone's attention was attracted. At this moment, in front of Lin Yu and the others, there is an 8-meter long, 5-meter wide, and 3-meter steel behemoth. The whole body is black, and some cyan and red hidden patterns can be seen from time to time, which is full of sense of technology. Go up and have a look. Qin Yuan invited. I opened the door and took everyone into the car. After entering, I found that the space inside the chariot is still very large. Due to time constraints, the interior of the car is not too gorgeous, but in the end of the world, as long as it is practical, it is purely gorgeous. It's a waste. The interior space is mainly divided into 3 areas, the driver's cab, which is composed of the main driver and the co-pilot, and the rear is the passenger room, which has a full 6 seats, and when it is necessary to fight, those seats can be folded, and then the car can be opened. Guy stuck his head out to attack. At the end of the car is a storage room. The area is not small enough to store a lot of supplies and weapons inside. Generally speaking, the Doomsday Chariot Viper is many times bigger than the original Iron Bully Wang Chang. The high-quality goods from the system and Qin Linger really are not. While the little girls were climbing up and down, enjoying themselves, Yining Shuang walked up behind Lin Yu and tugged at the corner of the latter's clothes. Lin Yu understood, and followed Yining Shuang to the side. Brother Yu, when can we set off? Yining Shuang asked. Although she was very happy staying with Lin Yu and others these 2 days, she hoped that she could return to Qinghai Base City earlier and send the medicinal materials back. Lin Yu heard the words and looked at the Doomsday Chariot. Tomorrow we'll be able to set off. Yining Shuang breathed a sigh of relief when she heard this. Her swollen breasts undulated slightly. Okay. Let's take a good rest tonight and pack up, and leave early tomorrow, shall we? Lin Yu nodded. He could understand the urgency in Yining Shuang's heart. Since he was his companion now, he would naturally not be too hard on the matter of when to leave. Turn around and go back. Lin Yu greets. The little girls go home and rest. Fortunately, Zhang Ru and the others, who hadn't played enough, were a little unsatisfied, but they could only follow Lin Yu home. On the way, Lin Yu mentioned tomorrow's itinerary. Tomorrow, we will leave here and go to Qinghai Base City. Zhang Ru and the others had heard about Yining Shuang a long time ago, so they were not surprised, but they had an inexplicable reluctance to the base city of Nanxi City. People are social animals. After living in one place for a long time, they will feel reluctant to leave again. Everyone had no objections, and after returning home, they washed and went to bed early. Next day, everyone got up early and started planning to leave. All kinds of supplies were stuffed into the portable space by Lin Yu. After making all preparations, they went downstairs. I went to the big warehouse where the Doomsday chariot was placed, and only after I got there did I find that Duan Yi and Zhang Zhenhai had been waiting here for a long time. Lin Yu remembered that he had mentioned in front of Xiao Chen yesterday that he was leaving the base city of Nanshicheng today. Duan Yi and Zhang Zhenhai must have come here for this matter. Sure enough, just as Lin Yu got out of the car, Duan Yi walked over. "Brother Lin, I heard from Xiao Chen that you are leaving South Rock City today?" Lin Yu nodded. "Yes, Nanshi City is not my end, I have stayed here long enough." Hearing this, Duan Yi felt a little emotional in his heart. Sure enough, this small Nanshi city still couldn't keep Lin Yu. "Alright, I won't say anything else, Brother Lin is on a smooth journey," Duan Yi said respectfully. He was only in his 30s, and he had already reached the position of commander. In the eyes of others, he was the pride of heaven. There were not many people who could be looked up to by him, and Lin Yu was one of them. Lin Yu shrugged. "Thank you, live well. Maybe we can meet again in the future." Duan Yi's face froze. "Can we see you again?" Hee. You Lin Yu is a train, and Duan Yi is just a bicycle, running wildly in the endless apocalypse. Is there really a possibility of seeing each other again? Without saying too much, Lin Yu boarded the poisonous snake, and the little girls also exchanged a few words with Xiao Chen, and got into the car. The one sitting in the cab was not Lin Yu, but Qin Linger. The poisonous snake was refitted by Qin Linger, and all the driving settings were based on her, so she is the most suitable person to be the driver of the poisonous snake. Ignite the engine, kick the accelerator to the end, the poisonous snake rushes forward with a bang, and it feels good to push back. On the spacious road in the inner city, Qin Linger drove very fast. She never expected that such a wild heart would be in this little girl's heart. Out of the inner city, south through the slums of the outer city. The appearance of the poisonous snake attracted the attention of everyone here, and the exclamation was louder and louder. "My God! What is this? Tanks, armored vehicles? No, this is the Doomsday chariot. I didn't expect anyone else to design this thing. I saw that there is no winch on the tire. If the zombies run into it, they will be cut into rotten meat instantly, and there are also conical spikes on the front. I am afraid that an ordinary car will be turned into scrap iron in an instant." A mechanical madman shouted. His eyes were full of fanaticism. There were many people blocking the way, and finally, with the help of the defense soldiers, the poisonous snake was successfully driven out of South Stone City, and then headed south according to the coordinates given by Yining Shuang. Nanshi City is already a southern city, but Qinghai Base City is further south than Nanshi City, sitting on the sea. Embarking on the journey again, several little girls have different expressions. Zhang Ru and Zhang Xin were eating melon seeds and singing, very excited. Ling Shuiya was much quieter, but she could vaguely see the fighting spirit in her eyes. The last one was Yining Shuang. She was very anxious and wished she could return to Qinghai City immediately. "It has been more than 10 days since I left there, and I don't know what happened to my father." The speed of the poisonous snake was so fast that there were very few other vehicles passing by on the highway. Its speed soared to 120, and it turned into a flash of lightning, speeding like lightning. On the highway where Lin Yu and others drove the Viper, somewhere. It used to be a service station here, which specially provided places for passing vehicles to rest, repair cars, refuel, and eat. But now, it is ruled by one person, and it has been transformed into a site for collecting tolls. On the second floor of the service hall, Ma Wenchong was sitting on the sofa, enjoying massages from two women. F*K, you haven't eaten, don't you understand? Ma Wenchong cursed, raised his hand and slapped the woman on the left. There was a slap mark on the woman's rather pretty face, and traces of blood spilled from the corner of her lips. Sitting on the ground, his eyes were full of resentment. Seeing this, Ma Wenchong threw the cigarette in his hand into the ashtray. "Do you believe that the stinky woman dares to stare at me, and I will kill you?" When he got up and was about to start, the door of the office was pushed open, and a figure ran in from the door. "Brother Ma, I'm here for business. It's a big car, and it looks very fat," Fan Zhucheng reported excitedly. Ma Wenchong's eyes lit up, and he glanced ferociously at the woman on the ground. "I'll deal with you when I come back." After finishing speaking, he picked up a big knife on the coffee table and rushed out. On the open space in front of the service area, dozens of younger brothers have gathered, each holding their own weapons. Let's go. Grab food if you have food. Grab weapons if you have weapons. Fan Zhucheng greeted for a while, causing the younger brothers below to respond. A group of people rushed towards the road in a mighty manner. Dozens of abandoned cars were piled up on the expressway, blocking the road. There are only 2 roads for vehicles driving here, either stop, or they can only drive to the service area here, make a turnaround, and drive out from the ramp of the service area. Hey, where is the fat sheep? Fan Zhucheng shouted at the opposite side while holding the walkie-talkie. The fat sheep is very fast, you should be able to see it soon. A rough voice came from the other side of the walkie-talkie. In the first 3 kilometers of this service area, there are special people ambushing there. After seeing the passing vehicles, they report to the service area headquarters through the walkie-talkie. Have someone at the service district headquarters prepare ahead of time. As soon as the voice on the other side of the walkie-talkie fell, there was an ear-splitting roar coming from the distance of the expressway, and a black giant was approaching from a distance at a fast speed. This is exactly the Viper Doomsday chariot that Lin Yu and others are in. In the cab of the chariot, Qin Linger saw the roadblocks ahead, and her little face couldn't help being a little messed up. The speed of the poisonous snake is very fast, and it is afraid that it will not be able to brake in time as it gallops past. For a moment, Qin Linger gritted her silver teeth. Her foot on the gas pedal did not relax at all, on the contrary, she exerted a lot of force. The poisonous snake let out a roar of, and finally, under the watchful eyes of Ma Wanchong, Fan Zhucheng and others, it crashed straight into the roadblock blocking the way. Boom. The roadblocks blocking the way were broken towards both sides, and the roadblocks that had been built up with great difficulty were instantly broken into 2 pieces. Several of Ma Wanchong's younger brothers were unable to dodge in time, and were crushed to pieces by the flying abandoned cars. Spicy, stop them. Ma Wanchong was angry. He had been blocking the road for more than a month, and he had never seen such an arrogant car. Fan Zhucheng ran forward with a dozen younger brothers. Inside the cab of the Viper Doomsday vehicle, Lin Yu was awakened by the loud noise, and glanced at the rearview mirror with a cold look in his eyes. Turn around and go back. Lin Yu ordered. How dare you block the road and rob, don't want to live anymore. Qin Linger was also very angry. If she hadn't had great confidence in the Viper Doomsday chariot, the collision just now might have completely scrapped the car. After receiving Lin Yu's order, she kept moving, slowed down, turned around and drove back towards the service area. Seeing this, Ma Wanchong's lips curled into a ferocious smile. Are you back? Hee. This is the first time he has seen such an interesting person. Not long after, the Viper Doomsday chariot stopped on the ramp outside the service area. Fan Zhucheng led a group of younger brothers Hulala to surround the poisonous snake Doomsday chariot. People in the car, get off, Fan Zhucheng yelled. But what answered him was an ice arrow that pierced through his head with a bang. The little girl Zhang Ru climbed out of the car door, holding Frost's wrath in her hand. There is no time to block the road and rob, I almost scared me to death just now. It can be seen that Zhang Ru is very upset. She was sleeping just now, but she didn't know that the chariot crashed into the roadblock with a bang. The sudden deceleration almost made the girl fly into the front cab. Not only Zhang Ru, Zhang Xin, Ling Shuya, but even Yining Shuang, who is good-tempered, were all a little angry at the moment. Ma Wanchong saw that the dog-legged Fan Zhucheng was put on the ground in an instant, and knew that he had kicked the iron plate this time. He clenched the big knife in his hand, ready to attack. As soon as the words fell, the younger brothers around the Viper Doomsday chariot moved together. Some of the younger brothers took out guns, automatic rifles, pistols, and even small howitzers, which were the equipment they got from robbing a small defense force a few days ago. The other part of the younger brothers each clenched the weapons in their hands. They are evolutionaries and have physical capabilities beyond ordinary people. Lin Yu took the lead and jumped out of the car, followed by Zhang Xin and others. The younger brothers around saw Zhang Xin and the others behind Lin Yu, their eyes lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4 beauties. Ma Wanchong was still on guard. When he saw Lin Yu and others appearing, he ordered an attack immediately without saying a word. Lin Yu leaned his back against the Viper's car door, not wanting to move the sun. He has seen the attributes of the evolutionaries here. The strongest Ma Wanchong's attributes are barely over 150, and the others are basically around 100, which poses no threat to their group of second-order evolutionaries at all. As for the firearms those people held in their hands, basically, they were no different from firesticks. Zhang Xin, Zhang Ru, and Ling Shuiya made a move like a whirlwind. Yi Ning Shuang just released the spirit shield for the three of them. With the spirit shield defense, those bullets flying from the muzzle can't penetrate this transparent film at all. As soon as the three of them made a move, there were endless screams at the scene, and Ma Wanchong was stunned. "Let you set up roadblocks, let you not learn well, let you rob," Zhang Ru yelled, and quickly knocked down the rushing evolutionary to the ground. Soon, only Ma Wanchong was left standing in the arena. "Are you there, boss?" Zhang Ru pointed to the corpse lying on the ground and asked. Ma Wanchong swallowed a mouthful of saliva and nodded tremblingly. "He has been blocking the way for more than a month, and he has never missed a shot. This time, what the hell is going on? Why did he encounter such a group of evil stars? If this is not the case, the robbery will fail, and you will lose your life." Seeing this, Zhang Ru raised the Frost's Wrath in her hand, ready to give Ma Wanchong a good time. Ma Wanchong's back felt cold, and he fell to his knees in front of Zhang Ru with a thud. "Don't, Grandma, I was wrong. Please let me go. As a reward, I can tell you a secret." Zhang Ru snorted coldly, took up Shuang's wrath, and was about to strike, but was stopped by Lin Yu. "Wait a moment." As he said that, Lin Yu had already walked up to Ma Wanchong, looking down at the latter. "What secret do you have?" When Ma Wanchong saw something was going on, he propped himself up, nodded and bowed and said, "I have a secret, but I told you, can you let me go? You can choose not to say it." Lin Yu's voice was cold and severe, as if a dagger had been pressed against the soft spot of Ma Wanchong's heart. Prisoner, without conditional qualifications. Ma Wanchong's heart beat fast. He knew that if he didn't say anything, these people in front of him would really kill him. "If you say so, at least you can buy a little time for yourself." Also, at that place, Ma Wanchong promised that as long as Lin Yu and others dared to go, they would never come out again, and they would definitely die if they went there. For a moment, a sense of revenge filled Ma Wanchong's heart, and he made up his mind to reveal this secret. I said, there is a hole in the back mountain of this service area. Every night, you can see the blue light emitting from that hole, and beside the hole, there are several very powerful guardian of the monster. I think there is a treasure in that hole," Ma Wanchong said. As he said that, he sneered in his heart. It's not that he wasn't interested in that hole. He sent 3 teams to check it out, but they never returned. The only one who came back burped before saying a few words. Later, Ma Wanchong was extremely afraid of that hole and dared not approach it at all. As long as Lin Yu and others dare to look at it, they will probably never return. "If I can live, I just want to avenge my younger brothers who died. If I can't live, then I will drag Lin Yu and others into the water and die together." Lin Yu frowned. There was a hole emitting blue light, guarded by powerful mutant beasts. What's in the cave? Before he could answer. The dog system is here to join in the fun again. The host, please make a choice immediately. Option 1. Go to the cave mentioned by Ma Wanchong to check. There is a high probability of encountering danger during this trip. The reward is Bajan Treasure Chest *1, Strengthening Stone *10, Kong Neng Crystal *10. Option 2. Ignore the cave mentioned by Ma Wanchong, continue on the road, and reward Gold Treasure Chest 1, Strengthening Stone 10, and Power Crystal 5. The 2 options given by the system attracted Lin Yu's attention. One is going, the other is not going, so is he going or not? Before he could make a choice, a dozen women suddenly rushed out of the service area in the distance. "Kill that bastard, kill him. Peel his skin, cram his tendons, drink his blood." Then, under the stunned gaze of Lin Yu and others, these women surrounded Ma Wanchong. Ma Wanchong wanted to resist, but was slapped on the forehead by a woman, and then several others made up for it. Soon, Ma Wanchong fell to the ground and screamed. Ma Wanchong struggled violently. "Help me, save me quickly." Seeing Ma Wanchong's miserable state, Zhang Ru's face turned pale, and she looked at Lin Yu. "Honey, this." Lin Yu interrupted her with a wave of his hand. "Leave it to them." In fact, Lin Yu couldn't understand why these women were like this. Ma Wanchong led people to set up roadblocks to rob, which can be described as a lot of evil. These women were all snatched by him from the convoy passing by here, and he witnessed his man being killed, and he became a tool of Ma Wanchong and his younger brother. Day after day, physical and mental torture have pushed these women to the extreme. Now, seeing through the window that all of Ma Wanchong's younger brothers were killed, the general situation is over. These women who have a dark side in their hearts can no longer bear it, and rush forward, biting Ma Wanchong for revenge. Although Ma Wanchong's attribute is not low, but being suppressed by so many crazy women and even a few evolutionaries, he can't get up at all, and can only bear the pain passively. Zhang Ru, Zhang Xin, Ling Shuya and others stood aside, a little moved, but because of Lin Yu's order, none of them dared to stand up to stop this matter. Ma Wanchong's screams lasted for several minutes before disappearing. It's not that he stopped barking, but that he died. The leading woman stood up, wrapped herself tightly with the cloth covering only the key parts, and bowed to Lin Yu and the others. Thank you. The rest of the dozen or so women also stood up one after another, expressing their thanks to Lin Yu and others. If it wasn't for Lin Yu and the others, even if they could unite together, they would never be able to find a chance to kill Ma Wanchong. Lin Yu waved his hand. Don't thank me. Even if you don't kill him, this guy will die. The faces of the dozen or so women froze, but they were relieved quickly. God will not let a villain like Ma Wanchong let go, let alone Lin Yu and others. One of the dozen or so women looked at Lin Yu and the others, and then saw the Doomsday chariot behind him. His eyes lit up, and he walked in front of Lin Yu. My little brother, my family lives in Blue City. You have a car, can you take me for a ride? This sentence resonated with more than a dozen women. And me, I'm also from Blue City. Little brother, can you take me with you? As long as you can take me with you, I'm willing to do whatever you want me to do. I belong to Zhongchang, and I also want to go home. If I don't mind, I can serve my brother as travel expenses. Lin Yu. Wow, this is too much. He is just a passerby, not a passing virgin. He will not do this kind of thing of sending people home. As for those women who said they wanted to serve themselves as travel expenses, they didn't even look at Zhang Ru and the others behind Lin Yu. Although your looks are excellent, they are much worse than them. Most importantly, Lin Yu is a clean freak. Sorry, I can't do anything about this, you guys have to figure out a way for yourself. After finishing speaking, Lin Yu jumped into the car. Zhang Xin, Ling Shuya and the others had long been accustomed to Lin Yu's style of dealing with things, so they didn't say much at the moment. They got into the car without saying a word. Several women cried at once. They are just a group of weak women. How can they survive in this kind of place? What if I meet someone like Ma Wanchong again? Isn't that? The woman in the lead was still calm, and clapped her hands when she saw Lin Yu and others who had launched the Doomsday chariot. Sisters, they have already avenged us, we can't force too much, let them go. A dozen or so women hesitated, but they had no choice but to watch the Viper Doomsday chariot leave. In the poisonous snake Doomsday chariot, Zhang Ru, who was sitting at the back, suddenly said, "Husband, should we go and see the secret that person said before?" Lin Yu heard the words and looked straight ahead. Of course, linger, turn around and go up from there. Qin Linger nodded, and drove the poisonous snake towards the back mountain of the service area. In fact, Lin Yu made his choice long before those women appeared. No matter what's in that cave, don't look too much. The women who were still standing on the road exclaimed when they saw the direction of the Viper Doomsday chariot. Look. Where are they going? That's the back mountain, my God, they are going to that cave. Quick. Stop them quickly, that cave is too dangerous to go. After that, more than a dozen women rushed towards Lin Yu and the others. Although Lin Yu refused the request to send them home just now, but after all, he was their benefactor who helped them. They had heard Ma Wanchong and his younger brother mention that cave, which was very dangerous. We must not just watch Lin Yu and others die. The speed of the women was not slow, and when Lin Yu and the others parked the car and just jumped out of the car, they arrived in front of them. The leading woman blocked the way of Lin Yu and others with open arms. Are you going to that cave? Don't go there. Ma Wanchong lied to you. It's too dangerous. He sent several teams before and after but failed to come out alive. Yes, you better go. Don't go. Lin Yu frowned, and looked towards the back of the mountain. The jungle there was lush, but nothing unusual could be seen. Zhang Ru looked at the women blocking the way, and took Lin Yu's arm. Don't worry, we are very powerful, and there will be no danger. Get out of the way. No, we can't just watch you die, the leading woman insisted. Lin Yu took a few steps forward and looked at the tall and slender woman in the lead. What's your name? Lu Yanru. The woman replied. Well, can you tell me what the cave looks like? Lin Yu asked. Lu Yanru was stunned for a moment, but she still answered. This cave appeared a month ago. After discovering it, Ma Wenchong sent 3 teams to check it out, but they all went without returning. The only one who came back died before saying a few words. Lin Yu frowned. None of the 3 teams were spared, and they all hiccuped. It seems that there is something in this cave. However, this is not a reason to prevent Lin Yu from going to check. Okay, I understand, you all stay here, let's go up and have a look, Lin Yu said. But Lu Yanru wanted to say something, but was interrupted by Lin Yu waving her hand. I thank you for your reminder, but I must go and see this cave. After all, he waved his hand and led a few little girls towards the back mountain. Lu Yanru stayed where she was. In fact, she is also an evolutionary, but she is only the most ordinary evolutionary who has not received any strengthening, and her body is only less than twice that of an ordinary person. Seeing that Lin Yu and the others were so persistent, Lu Yanru could only watch. Sister Lu, do you really want to let them go up? A woman pointed at the backs of Lin Yu and others and shouted. Lu Yanru secretly sighed. They are powerful, they should be fine. On the other side, under the leadership of Lin Yu, the crowd had already followed the trail behind the mountain to the middle of the mountain. From here, the mountain begins to turn into stone, and it is a place that is very likely to form a cave. As he was walking, Lin Yu, who was walking in front of him, suddenly stopped and waved his hand to make everyone stop. Be careful, there are monsters. As soon as the words fell, only a few roars came from the forest ahead. The next moment, 2 black wild boars with a body length of more than 5 meters rushed out of the thorn bushes, menacingly. Lin Yu had quick hands and eyes, waved 2 wind blades, stepped forward, and killed the 2 wild boars to the ground in an instant. Zhang Ru stepped forward with a dagger and dug out the wild boar's head. Wow, it's a first-order crystal, Zhang Ru whispered, with 2 light green crystals in her palm. Then Lin Yu moved forward, killing many monsters along the way. Without exception, all the first-order crystals were dug out from the skulls of these monsters. This inevitably made Lin Yu feel a little strange. It stands to reason that there are many first-order crystals now, but they are not so popular. Every monster is a first-order crystal. Going forward, finally, when nearly 30 first-order crystals were harvested, Lin Yu and others saw the true face of the cave. A waterfall that is not too big pours down, and beside this waterfall, there is a cave. It's not big, it's pitch black, and you can't see anything. And near the cave, there are actually several big snakes, which are thicker than an iron barrel, and they look hideous and terrifying. With Frost's wrath, Zhang Ru shot a few ice arrows over, piercing through the skulls of several big snakes from a distance. Then everyone found a way to go over, and pried open the big snake's head. Not surprisingly, the crystals of these big snakes were also first order, and even the crystals of one of them had begun to turn blue. In other words, it won't be long before this big snake will completely evolve into a second-order mutant beast. Everyone stood outside the cave. There was a gust of cool wind inside, blowing towards the faces of several people. What surprised Lin Yu was that there was even a trace of strange fragrance in this cool wind. It's so dark inside, do we really want to go in? Zhang Ru hesitated. Zhang Xin, Qin Linger, and Yining Shuang also hesitated. Girls are always afraid of dark places. Lin Yu gave her a blank look. I was your favorite just now, so I want to come to this cave to have a look. Why? I'm scared now. As soon as Zhang Ru heard this, she stopped doing it and stuck her neck. Whoever is cowardly, go in, I will take the lead, and you all follow behind me. After speaking, Zhang Ru stretched out her hand to Lin Yu. Why? Lin Yu asked. Flashlight, for lighting. Zhang Judao. Lin Yu shrugged, took out a flashlight from the portable space, and handed it to Zhang Ru. Then I sent a message to everyone present. God knows what is in that cave, and having a flashlight will make things easier. With the flashlight, Zhang Ru became more courageous. With Frost's wrath in one hand and the flashlight in the other, she stepped towards the cave. Well, in fact, This girl is very scared now, but she has already spoken. What can she do? She is also very desperate. I had no choice but to stick to the scalp. Lin Yu followed closely behind, followed by Qin Linger, Zhang Xin, Yining Shuang, and Ling Shuiya, who were alert and stayed behind. It was only after several people entered that they discovered that this cave was full of caves. It looks small from the outside, but the space inside is very large. Not far after walking in, suddenly there was a clattering sound from above the cave, which made Zhang Ru scream in fright. Lin Yu frowned, grabbed the little girl's waist and pulled her back, then moved the flashlight up and looked up. There were several figures hanging upside down above the cave, about the size of 11 or 12-year-old children, covered with thick black hair, staring straight at Lin Yu and the others with scarlet eyes. This is a mutant bat. Disturbed at this moment, these guys came down from the rock wall one after another, flapping their fleshy wings and flying around in the cave. Lin Yu had quick hands and quick eyes, and several wind blades flew out, killing several bats in an instant. Then continue to move forward. This time, the little girl Zhongru dared not go to the front. Who cares? Just be cowardly. The life of a dog is important. Lin Yu had no choice but to fight in person. After walking tens of meters, Lin Yu stopped. The position he was in at the moment was the end of the entire cave, which was a large space of more than 200 square meters. And above this space, there are two extraordinarily large bats hanging upside down. Lin Yu took a glance, and the attributes of the two bats appeared in his mind. Mutant Bat King, Tier 2 Mutant Beast, Physique, 321. Stret. 304 Agility, 336 Spirit, 356. Ability. Sonic Strike. Unexpectedly, there were two second-order mutant beasts hidden in this small cave, which surprised Lin Yu a little. But it was only a moment of surprise. After a few seconds, the battle broke out. Two mutated Bat Kings flew down from the cave, bared their sharp fangs, and attacked Lin Yu and the others. Asterisk. Ready to fight. Lin Yu gave an order. Yining Shuang was very fast, and in an instant, she cast a spiritual shield on the weakest members of the team. They are Qin Linger, Zhang Ru, and her own Price. Although the mutant Bat King is a second-order mutant beast, unfortunately, what they encountered was Lin Yu and others. The irascible little brother Lin Yu's all attributes have exceeded 600, which is more than twice as much as theirs. Then, this battle is destined to be without suspense. Lin Yu didn't even take out the silver gun, and stood on the spot with his hands spread out, with the wind blade in his left hand and the thunderbolt in his right. After the intensity of the two elements converged to a certain level, Lin Yu made a move. Two balls of energy are thrown out at the same time. Boom. Pooh. And then there was no more. A flash of lightning flashed, a wind blade flew past, and the two mutated Bat Kings instantly fell from the sky. Their fleshy wings were cut off at the root, dripping with blood. Ling Shuiya and Zhang Xin were already prepared, and at this moment they bullied themselves and chopped up the two mutated Bat Kings into pieces of meat. It's done. Lin Yu snapped his fingers. Holding up the flashlight, he looked around the cave. Zhang Xin and Ling Shuiya dug out two second-order crystals from the skulls of the two mutated Bat Kings. After looking around, Lin Yu soon discovered where the strange fragrance came from in the cave. Those are a few stalactites hanging upside down above the cave. The whole body is snow white. Drops of snow white, liquid like milk flows down the stalactites, and finally gathers at the bottom of the stalactites. Slowly converging, forming water droplets, and then dripping down, falling on the stone below. The stone has been dripped out of a small pit, and a lot of stalactite fluid is stored in the pit, emitting an aromatic smell. Lin Yu turned on the system and detected the stalactite information. Millennium stalactites. Absorbing the aura of heaven and earth, and then permeating through layers of spiritual liquid, it has magical effects. Men will not fall down after eating the golden gun, and women will remain youthful after eating it. After eating, it can also heal injuries and recover from chronic diseases. Increase bat property. Lin Yu glanced at the exaggerated version of the introduction of the system and was in no mood to read it. However, there is already an explanation for why the mutant beast near the cave became so powerful. Needless to say, it is mostly the effect of these stalactite liquids. It is clearly mentioned in the introduction of the system that using this stalactite liquid can enhance attributes, Presumably those mutant beasts outside are all touched by the light of this cave. Since we've met it, we can't let it go, Lin Yu muttered, and when he was about to take out some mineral water bottle from his portable space to fill up the stalactite liquid, Zhang Zi's soft cry came from behind him. Everyone, come and see. What is this? Lin Yu frowned. Did he discover something new? Turn around and walk quickly towards Zhang Ru. Ling Shuya, Zhang Xin and others also moved towards that side. It was only after everyone approached that they could see clearly. There was only a stone sculpture standing on an open space to the east of the cave. It was a woman with a delicate face. Her eyes were looking straight ahead, her long hair was fluttering in the wind, and she was holding a longbow in her hand, drawn into a full moon shape. The sharp arrows on the longbow showed their sharpness. Although they were carved from stone, they gave people a feeling of scalp numbness. What's the use of a stone sculpture? Zhang Ru patted the stone sculpture woman in front of her. It doesn't matter if she doesn't pat, something will happen immediately. There were cracks in the stone carving from where Zhang Ru took the shot, and a faint glint of light penetrated through it. There was an endless crackling sound, and within a few seconds, the entire stone sculpture was completely shattered. Zhang Ru stayed where she was, motionless, her eyes lost. Aware of this situation, Lin Yu quickly called the system and asked what was wrong. But the dog system didn't answer a word and fell into silence. Xiaoro. What's wrong with you, Xiaoro? Xiaoro. Zhang Xin called Zhang Ru, but the latter didn't make a sound. Just as she was about to reach out to touch Zhang Ru, she was stopped by Lin Yu. Don't touch her, wait a little longer. Intuition told Lin Yu that what Zhang Ru encountered might not be a bad thing. Zhang Xin looked at Zhang Ru, finally chose to believe Lin Yu's words, raised her hand and put it down again. Ling Shuya and Qin Linger were worried. Yining Shuang was the only one who didn't. After a moment of doubt, a look of joy appeared on her face. Could this be the stone of inheritance? I didn't expect that all the records in the study room are. Yining Shuang didn't say the following words. But Lin Yu could hear clearly. Stone of inheritance, what is that? Lin Yu asked. Yining Shuang's face flashed with panic, she quickly shook her head. It's nothing, I'm talking nonsense, but judging by the current situation, Xiaoro should be fine. Lin Yu glanced at Yining Shuang suspiciously, this guy must know some unknown secrets. But for some reason, she couldn't speak out. What exactly is the stone of inheritance that she mentioned just now? Before Lin Yu could figure it out, Zhang Ru, who was standing still in front of her, finally moved. At the same time, a system prompt sounded in Lin Yu's mind. Slave Zhang Ru accepts the inheritance, Fengxing Archer, adds 50 to all attributes, and comprehends the new skill, Fengxing Combo. Lin Yu was stunned. What the hell is accepting the inheritance? Could it be that the stone of inheritance that Yining Shuang accidentally mentioned just now is actually an inheritance called Fengxing Shooter, and because of Zhang Ru's careless actions, this inheritance happened to be triggered? Xiao Ru, are you alright? Zhang Xin's voice came from beside her ear. Zhang Ru showed a look of confusion on her face, and patted her bulging brother's chest and said, I was scared to death. I couldn't move all of a sudden just now. I also felt like I had a dream. Dreaming that I had arrived at a magical place, and then there was a voice asking me if I would like to accept the inheritance of the popular shooter. I agreed with my brain, and then I was able to move again. Can you tell me what happened to me? Lin Yu pinched Zhang Ru's little face. You girl is lucky. You have accepted an inheritance called Fengxing Sagittarius, just like your sister. Zhang Ru heard the words. Her face was ecstatic. Fengxing Shooter. Wow, is it true? Is it true? Hey, let alone, I feel that my strength has become a lot stronger. With that said, Zhang Ru picked up Frost's Wrath and released the Fengxing Burst shooting skill. Whoosh, Frost's Wrath let out a continuous roar. Dozens of crossbow bolts shot out towards the front, forming a straight line, instantly blasting a boulder. The power. So great. Zhang Ru's beautiful eyes widened. Lin Yu and the others also clicked their tongues a little. It seems that this time they came to the cave as the right one. After Zhang Ru held Frost's Wrath and farted for a while, Lin Yu said, Okay, don't waste any more time, come here and fill up the stalactite fluid here, and then we leave. Stalactite liquid. What is this? Ling Shuya asked. The corner of Lin Yu's lips hooked slightly. Good stuff. After all, he took the girls and walked towards the location where the stalactite was found before. 20 minutes later, Lin Yu took a few women and filled 2 mineral water bottles with stalactite liquid, and left the cave. As soon as he left the cave, he unexpectedly bumped into Liu Yanru and the others. They had already put on some normal clothes, and they ran to Lin Yu and the others under the leadership of Liu Yanru. "Why are you here?" Ling Shuiya asked. Liu Yanru blinked her eyes. Seeing that Lin Yu and the others were fine, she breathed a sigh of relief. "I saw that you haven't come down for a long time, so I brought my sisters up to have a look. It's good to see that you're fine." Lin Yu looked at Liu Yanru with a different color in his eyes. "This guy has a pretty good personality. That being the case, simply give them a fortune. We have cleaned up all the monsters in this cave, and it is safe now. There is a stalactite inside, and the liquid dripping from it has miraculous effects on the body. You can occupy this cave and collect those stalactite spirits. After a long time, can make you stronger." Lin Yu pointed to the cave passage behind. The stalactite liquid is accumulated and dripped down, stored in the stone tank, and part of it is diluted by running water, and then eaten by those mutant beasts. Some of the purer ones were collected by Lin Yu et al. The stalactites are still there, and the spiritual liquid will naturally seep out continuously. As long as Liu Yanru and the others can guard this place well, it will not be difficult to become stronger. Liu Yanru was a little surprised, but nodded to Lin Yu's suggestion. She trusts Lin Yu. After speaking, Lin Yu waved and took the girls away. A woman beside Liu Yanru looked at Liu Yanru. "Sister Liu, can we trust him?" Liu Yanru nodded. "There's no need for him to deceive us. All the sisters are going down with me now, and move the supplies below to this cave. From now on, we will live here." This suggestion was immediately supported by other women. More than a dozen women clattered down the mountain again. But Lin Yu and others had already reached the foot of the mountain one step ahead, and were about to board the car. But met a few people. They were the ones who passed by here just now. Brother Ma must have been killed by them. "Come on, avenge Marco," several people shouted. They are also Ma Wanchong's younger brothers, and they have been guarding the highway as scouts before. But this time, they hadn't contacted Ma Wanchong and others for a long time, so they decided to drive back. Unexpectedly, when he came back, no one else saw him, but instead saw corpses all over the place. Ma Wanchong died in a miserable state, covered with wounds all over his body. And now, I happened to meet Lin Yu and others again, and the conflict broke out all of a sudden. The leader with a big beard didn't say a word, and after seeing Lin Yu and the others, he was filled with apprehension. Ma Zhe was probably killed by Lin Yu and others. These people can't afford to mess with them. "Sorry everyone, I'm sorry to bother you, let's go now." The bearded man cupped his hands at Lin Yu, ready to leave. But his younger brother didn't think so, holding up the machete in his hand. "They killed Brother Ma, let's go together and avenge Brother Ma." After all, he rushed out first. The faces of Lin Yu and the others turned cold in an instant, and the bearded man felt a thump in his heart, knowing that something bad was about to happen. Sure enough, after a meal, there were a few more corpses on the ground. Lin Yu and others got into the car, drove out of the service area, and drove towards Qinghai City. After Lin Yu and the others left, Liu Yanru brought a dozen or so women down the mountain and began to carry supplies. The food, clothes, weapons, daily necessities that Ma Wanchong robbed, whatever he could take, were transported to the cave in the back mountain. These women, right here, settled down. After driving the Viper Doomsday chariot for a few more hours, it was already night. Everyone got out of the car to rest. After a simple dinner, Lin Yu took out the crystals he had obtained earlier for everyone to absorb. "Keep the 2 second-tier coins for yourself, and divide the remaining 20 or so first-tier coins into 5 shares on average, and give them to a few little girls respectively." After the distribution, everyone began to absorb their own share of crystals. Lin Yu is no exception. Integrate the second-order crystal, physical attribute +15, strength attribute +12, agility attribute +12, spiritual attribute +11. Fusion of second-order crystals. Then open the treasure chest, go to the cave to check, and reward a Bajan treasure chest, select it to open. Open the Bajan treasure chest, get a level Gatling with blue flames, get 5 second-order spiritual fruits, get second-order strengthening stones 20, and get supernatural crystals 20. Gatling with blue fire. Unlimited bullets. Each bullet is an armor-piercing bullet, which has the power to penetrate the target's armor, can cause a lot of damage to large groups of targets, and can be loaded on the vehicle. Looking at a long gun barrel that appeared in his portable space, Lin Yu was a little speechless. This is so. This is the only thing that comes out of the Bajan treasure chest? But it's okay. Anyway, the Viper Doomsday chariot doesn't have any onboard weapons, so this thing just happens to come in handy. Thinking of this, Lin Yu took out Gatlin, who was in blue flames, and placed it in front of everyone. When this thing appeared, it immediately attracted the attention of several little girls. Gatlin, why didn't you take out this good thing earlier? Chinlinger said. Lin Yu twitched the corners of his eyes. There was no explanation for this. Okay. Don't worry about these details. Now I have a task for you. Can you put this Gatling on the poisonous snake? Lin Yu asked. Chinlinger looked up and down, and brought out her toolbox from the Doomsday chariot. Let me try it, give me a hand, and put this thing on the front of the car. Here Lin Yu is the most powerful. In his hands, the firearm weighing several hundred kilograms was lifted to the front of the car and put down as if it were made of foam. Then came the performance of Chinlinger's little girl. Drill a few holes in the iron plate of the front of the car, and then install Gatling on it. The operating position is just parallel to the rear row. In other words, as long as Lin Yu gives an order, the little girls sitting in the back row can get out, and then grab Gatling and shoot. It's okay. After installing this thing, it was already past 8 o'clock in the evening. Lin Yu beckoned Chinlinger to come down. He took out a cup, which was filled with stalactite liquid. Come. Drink something to quench your thirst. Chinlinger took it, a little hesitant. This thing looks weird, it can't be poisonous. About. Don't worry, I've drank this stuff before. It's sweet, not bad to drink, and has the effect of enhancing attributes. Lin Yu vowed. Really? Chinlinger was a little dubious. Lin Yu nodded. Seeing Ling Shuya, Yining Shuang had already emptied the cup. Chinlinger gritted her teeth, raised her head and poured all the stalactite liquid in the cup into her mouth. It is said that the little girl Chinlinger has been with Lin Yu and others for more than 2 months, and her short hair, which was originally only chi-er, has grown a lot, and she is becoming more and more feminine. After drinking the stalactite liquid, Chinlinger really felt that her body seemed to have strengthened a lot. It seems that Brother Yu didn't lie to herself. After washing the cup and returning it, Lin Yu casually threw it into the portable space. Just now, a few little girls fused the crystals and consumed the spiritual liquid, and their attributes have been enhanced a lot, as follows. Servant. Zhang Xin, Rage Swordsman, Physique, 356. Stret. 361 Agility, 338 Spirit, 342. Servant. Zhang Ru, Second Evolutionary, Popular Archer. Physique. 392 Power, 383 Agility, 418. Spirit. 388 Skills, Eagle Eye, 10,000 Arrows, Armor-Piercing Arrow, Wind Combo. Servant. Ling Shuya, Second Evolutionary, Physique, 345. Stret. 349 Agility, 356 Spirit, 337. Skills. Fighting Proficiency, Hot Weapon Proficiency, Sneak Strike. Name. Chinlinger, Second Order Special Evolutionist. Sub-Occupation. Blacksmith. Physique, 332. Power. 339 Agility, 348 Spirit, 380. Skills. Mechanical Proficiency, Magic Manufacturing. Name. Yining Shuang, Second Evolutionary, Physique, 346. Power. 336 Agility, 338 Spirit, 371. Skills. Healing, Spirit Shield. Because of the Stone of Inheritance, the little girl Zhangru became the second strongest in the team besides Lin Yu. Of course, it's just that the attribute is strong. If she really fights, she might not be able to defeat Ling Shuya. Generally speaking, it is not bad, and this stalactite liquid has a long-term effect, that is to say, its increased attributes are like a trickle. Maybe wait for an hour, and your attributes can be enhanced a lot. As for Lin Yu himself, in addition to fusing crystals, he also fusing 6 second-order spiritual fruits and stalactite liquid. The current attributes are as follows. Host. Lin Yu, Virus Immune Body, Tier 2 Extraordinary. Physique. 705 strength, 917. Strength arm guard plus 30%, the real strength is 706. Agility. 659 spirit, 681 abilities. Element control, LV7, sprinting, LV5, edge power, LV7, sunset Shanghong, LV6, wing slash, LV5, golden eye of Medusa, LV5. I also got some strengthening stones and power crystals before. Spend 20 tier 2 enhancement stones to smash the silver spear to A+7. Then came 13 power crystals, which happened to strengthen the golden eyes of Medusa to level 7. After finishing everything here, everyone got into the car to rest. The Doomsday Chariot Viper has a super strong defense, staying in the car. Even if it encounters a mutant beast, it must not be destroyed. At least it is impossible to destroy in a short period of time. The next step is to arrange night guards, except for the driver Qin Linger. The other 5 people come in turns. Next day, when everyone woke up, Ling Shuya and Zhang Xin had already prepared breakfast. After eating, the poisonous snake Doomsday Chariot set off again. 1/3 of the way has been driven yesterday. In 2 more days, they should be able to reach the base city of Qinghai. Still driven by Qin Linger, the Viper Doomsday Chariot galloped on the highway, speeding like lightning. For the next whole day, everyone was on their way, and encountered a herd of mutated beasts on the way. Zhang Ru stunned them with Gatling with blue flames, and harvested a batch of crystals. Further back, I also encountered some survivors who were also driving. Maybe it was the same plan as Ma Wenchang before, but after seeing the sturdy body of the Viper Doomsday Chariot and Gatling on top of it, they left again. The car didn't stop, presumably because they were afraid of Lin Yu and others. At night, the Doomsday Chariot that had been driving for a day stopped, and everyone began to rest. It was also on this night that Yining Shuang said something about her family. While eating, Yining Shuang suddenly stopped her hands and looked at Lin Yu and the others. I think, by now, you must be very curious about my origin. Zhang Ru, who was not deeply involved in the world, pulled the mouse eye in the pot, without raising her head, and said, "Curiosity? No curiosity?" Yining Shuang directly ignored the words of this innocent little sister, and continued. After so many days of getting along, I think you are all trustworthy people. Now, I will tell you some things I know. In fact, the end of the world we are seeing before our eyes, it's not as simple as it seems. Lin Yu put down the bowl and chopsticks. In fact, after the past few months, he had long been suspicious of this. At the same time, he was also very curious about Yining Shuang's identity. What kind of existence is the Yi family in the base city of Qinghai? Yining Shuang said at this moment that the end of the world that Lan Xing encountered was not as simple as what the eyes saw. What does this mean? Ling Shuya and Zhang Xin also saw Yining Shuang's extraordinariness, and they all stopped their movements at this moment and listened carefully. Seeing everyone stop, Zhang Ru and Qin Linger were a little dazed, neither raising nor releasing their hands, which were frozen in midair. As for Yining Shuang, she planned to keep her family and what she knew a secret before, but after getting along with her for a few days, she felt that Lin Yu and others were very good and could be trusted. Therefore, in order not to affect the feelings between her teammates, she decided to tell Lin Yu and others everything she knew and could be 100% sure of. When the time comes to enter the base city of Qinghai, many troubles can be avoided. Yining Shuang organized her words and said in detail, "The Yi family I belong to is the 3rd largest family in Qinghai city. The head of the family is Yi Zhanshan, who is my father. In my family, there are 2 levels of division. One line supports my father, one line supports my uncle. Otherwise, with the influence of my Yi family, I would be ranked 3rd in Qinghai city. Before the end of the world, my father seemed to know in advance and spent more than half of the family's funds on purchase supplies and weapons." Speaking, Yining Shuang told the basic information and relationship of the Yi family behind her, the Yang family within the same name as the Yi family, and the Wu family. The Yi family, a well-deserved big family in Qinghai base city, is as famous as the Yang family and the Wu family. But this family is severely divided. Part of the clan is Yining Shuang's father Yi Zhanshan, and some clansmen support Yi Zhanshan's big brother Yi Zhanyan. The struggle between the 2 factions lowered the overall level of the family, which led to the collapse of the Yi family and was gradually overtaken by the Yang family and the Wu family. In fact, in modern society, There are really very few groups that live together as a family. Most people keep up with the progress of the times, and those who are separated, even brothers, may settle in two places thousands of miles apart. But this is only one-sided after all. There are definitely some families who still inherit the ancient living habits. A whole family, whether brothers, sisters, grandfathers, fathers, sons, live together.